So, a warm welcome to all the viewers and wish you a very, very happy Navratri. So, today I think so. There is no introduction required for the speaker today because once you say that somebody from our most respectable army, I mean the Indian army, the word itself makes you stand up, and this is something which is such a universally respected word that when somebody from this origin comes to speak to you, you just can't put your ears off even for a second. So we are extremely proud and we are happy and obliged to that Captain Tanuja has agreed to speak with us on how she chose this challenging career, how she got into it, or rather, what inspired her to get into this, and how she made a first choice of the Indian Army. So, Captain Tanuja, welcome and wish you a
Yes,
very, very happy Navratri. Yes, salute to
wish
you.
you the same.
And the thing is that since everybody is very eager to hear you out, I would put it on to you and let us know that what was the first step towards choosing this kind of a career, choosing such a not such a woman dominant area even today, and what made you make this as your first choice, as your priority?
Well, at first, I would like to thank you so much. Thank you, Mayura, for inviting me for this wonderful forum. And Banyan Tree, I've been following, Banyan Mind, sorry, I've been following it for quite some time now. And I really liked whatever you're doing. So, hats off to your great work. And thank you very much for organizing this wonderful talk shows of nine different people. So, talking about me, uh, you asked me what made me choose this career, right? Let me tell you all first of all that I was one naughty person right from the childhood, naughty child in my family, and my family had no clue what will I exactly do. So they were really very uncertain that I would actually, will I be do anything? Will I be able to do anything? So that was their question. But yes, my life took a turn when I saw a serial called Seahawks, which used to come on Doordarshan when I was in class 8, and I saw that coastal Coast Guard and Navy uniform and all, and that fascinated me. So I was like, I want something like that. I want this uniform service. And that time in 19 early 90s, I didn't know whether women were allowed in armed forces or they could join any kind of services with uniform in uniform. So, but I had decided that okay, I want to join Army, Navy, or Air Force, whatever it is. I want to join this uniform service. So that was my first stepping stone. That uniform, the fascination of the uniform. And then when I grew up, I fortunately got good, support and knowledge from my parents, from my teachers, and that's how I could start my journey. So eventually, I joined NCC, and then I could, go into the forces.
I mean, we always keep saying that clothes don't play a different, very kind of attractive role, or dresses don't play a attractive role. But as we hear you, I think so. Your first, the first impression was about the uniform, and why not? It is something beyond the regular clothing which you wear, and it is that attire which actually gives you that adrenaline rush. So definitely, that was really a very honest opinion which you gave, and it was nice to hear that. So once you decided that you wanted to get into this, what was today also now, I feel that many people want to get into different kind of government sectors, okay, even when it
Right.
is a corporate. So apart even from the services, there is not a proper kind of a guidance which a person immediately gets until and unless you come into acquaintance with somebody who has already done it. Okay, so going to
Right.
the websites, searching for these kind of options, and then what are the do's and don'ts, what are the positives and negatives. So how did you go about choosing the further path for this goal?
Yeah. You very well pointed out actually saying that if you want to do something, you at least if you meet the same person of that same field, the person of so you get better idea. So right now, today in today's world, kids are very well versed with Google. So generally, they go and they find something in Google. But what I was fortunate was to meet real life hero in personal life. So what happened was when I decided to join forces, when we started finding the information about how can we, go about it and what kind of exams I need to study for and what kind of interview I need to prepare for. So I met my guru, Captain Vanjari, and he served in army. So he himself is an engineer officer. So that's how I got guidance from him. So that's why today also I tell people that if you want to do some career, go to the person who has already done that, been there, got that hands-on experience, and that person is able to rightly guide you about how you should go about, that particular profession. So fortunately, I could get that. And then when I decided that I want to join army, when I joined Ruya College during my graduation, I joined NCC, and NCC gave me a very close, connection with the armed forces because we had a commanding officer there, we had JCOs, other officers, in uniform. So we had camps and a lot of exposure we got because of that. And when I went for different camps and when I saw this uniform people around me, my focus became more clear that yes, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to become. So when you are constantly around, in that particular professional setup, the way whatever you want to do in life, it becomes more focused and easy for you to, learn about it. So that's how my experience was, and that's how I did it.
Yeah, so as you rightly said, sometimes you have to really manifest things around you, because once you are focused, once you are targeted towards your goal, many a times this is what I firmly personally believe, that then the universe also gets into it to help you out. And as you said that you went on meeting people from the same profession, so
Right.
it is very essential, I feel today, that before getting into any
Like
kind of
I would.
government sectors or
Right.
government services, it is very essential that if a person actually goes and talks to somebody prior to taking the decision of getting or plunging into it, because
Exactly.
I feel that all professions on one side, okay, and respect to all that professions. When it comes to the navy, army and air services, okay, for the country, there is a, there is a very out of box commitment which goes into it, so it is a commitment of giving up a lot of personal agendas, which as a human everybody wants to perceive, okay.
Correct.
So, frankly speaking, even I am that kind of a adventurous kind of a woman. But yes, but when it comes to services, I don't know what kind of dedication I can put in, because when I see the army doing such humongous things for the country, I really feel that only being courageous, only being adventurous, actually doesn't help you there. It is that strong willpower, the commitment of giving up certain things in life, that that is what I always define Indian services as, that
Right.
you just have
Right.
to give up certain things, and it is only the country which is your goal, which is your focus, and nothing else. So,
Right.
Tanuja ma'am, now you have to really, really take us to the reality where once you get into this kind of a scenario where the women percentage is too less eligible, okay, and especially during the times when you must have joined. So, what are those professional challenges, or what are the cautious words over there, which now come from your experience for the viewers?
Yes. Would love to speak about challenges because, so to speak, every career has their own challenges. That's not a question. But see, armed forces, to join armed forces, first of all, the selection procedure itself is a big challenge because there is written examination. It's called CDSE examination. Then there is service selection board interview. So it takes a time. It's like 6 months. Every 6 months there is interview, and every 4 5 months there is a written examination. So you clear the examination, then you go for interview. So almost a year or 9 months goes into that process, and it requires a lot of patience. So very first challenge is to develop that patience. So if you want to join armed forces, you need to have really really tough mind, and there will be a lot of distractions because what happens is uh, everybody doesn't crack interview in first go. So there are a lot of chances given. Government is giving you 6 7 chances to clear that interview up to the age of 25. So that patience, the one who shows, uh, it's more likely to get through the interviews because some people they just pick up some random jobs and go here and there just to earn money, and then they don't focus on studies of armed forces, and then the focus is divided, and then you're not prepared for the interview, and then you don't get selected. So all this vicious circle happens. So what I would talk about is first challenge is having patience. Once you show that patience, you will definitely be through because like I remember the Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue कि अगर कोई चीज आप पूरी शिद्दत से चाहते हो पूरी कायनात आपको मिलाने में उसको मदद करती है. So that way it's actually it works. So second one, like you said, yes, it is a male oriented profession. It is a male dominant career, so to say. But in today's world, if you see all over the world, women in armed forces, the percentage is increased, and in India as well, because and we actually, we were the 30th batch of women cadets, but we really, really are grateful and very thankful to our senior batches, the senior women officers who served and who got commissioned. Really, really grateful for them because they were the pioneers and they set the norms, they set the right example in front of everybody, and that's why they became a role model, and we actually followed their footsteps to do better and better in this profession. Because if they wouldn't have performed well, probably government would have stopped the entries altogether, since it's a male dominated career. But it didn't happen that way. That says the senior women, they definitely worked hard to prove themselves tougher and much better. So we, even though all this, women are still facing challenges. Now NDA has started women entry. So National Defense Academy, they are training women, girl cadets also to become officers. So that goes for permanent commission. So a lot of women have got permanent commission in 2021, and a lot of changes are happening. But I would say that the major challenge that a woman faces is about their, getting the at par equality. We say men and women are equal, even Forge he does that, but still not 100% that at par equality women are getting. So that is the main challenge that women in armed forces they are facing. Um but in academy, we are told that you are not a girl officer, or not a women officer, or a men officer. You are an officer. So an officer is an officer, and no matter whatever job is given, even if at 2 a.m. you have to go for some sentry duty. If you have to go to some forward area, do some duty, you have to go some forward post and do your job. Women are ready to do, and they have done it. Everywhere proofs are there, and all the women have done it. So constantly, because of women are constantly proving their worth, these challenges are reducing in the sense they are getting at par with men. So that's a good sign in armed forces, I would say, over the period of time. But yes, the major again the another challenge one would think is about separation with the families and your loved ones, because you have to stay in some secluded area and some border area, and then you don't get leave. Whenever you want, you do get leave, dedicated leave, but whenever you want, you can't celebrate all the festivals with your family. You can't be with your friend's birthday and all these things and do party. So separation is the main challenge which the armed forces um, officers and jawans and all these soldiers, they are they are made tough for that, and they are really sacrificing a lot just to protect their country, just the love for the country, and they are ready to die for the people who are there inside the country celebrating all the festivals with their families. So that is that's the major difference between the civilian and the soldier, and that's the major challenge that the soldier faces. But we are also taught that your unit becomes your family. So we are happy to celebrate all these things. We are happy to share all these moments with our unit fellow officers, our soldiers, our the jawans, everybody, and they become a family. So we find the ways to overcome these challenges, and then we try to find that happiness in every small things. So every soldier actually lives in that moment. And अगर आप किसी सोल्जर को पूछो तो वो बोलेगा मैं आज में जीता हूँ, कल का मुझे पता नहीं. So it's like that. So every moment that soldier is living happily, and whatever challenge coming through, they are just taking it willingly. So no cribbing. That's the strength of armed forces actually.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand, that anxiety and in the initial days of separation, staying away from family, not seeing the family for a longer time, not having too much of socialization. That's exactly the point I was also trying to make earlier, that, it's all about giving up. So giving up on lot of personal things, and that actually separates you guys from the common man, who might be doing a very challenging job in his whole life, or he must be having different challenges, he or she. But this is a different ball game altogether. So if today somebody is aspiring for these kind of careers, and if you could share with us some very exclusive experience which you had to face as a woman, then you can share that. And then to the girls, today, who are aspiring for such kind of careers, what should be their first step, as in not from a study perspective, but more from
Right.
a mental and physical
Personality.
preparation. What should a girl today concentrate on when it comes to such careers?
So fortunately, when since my childhood, my mother was okay to whatever profession I'm choosing. She was absolutely fine. So I had a greatest strength that my family is with me, and that's why I could do whatever I wanted to do. And that time, even my mother didn't say you are the girl, you cannot go or whatever. So it was the greatest support for me to do whatever challenge I wanted to take or whatever career I wanted to do. So for the girls, I would say that you have a lot of potential. We all have a lot of potential. It's just the self trust. It's the belief in ourselves that we have to show all the time, because uh, we always we are very easily try to give excuses to ourselves that we cannot do certain things, this is not for us, or even if we have to lift a heavy weight or suitcase or whatever it is, immediately we tell our brothers or father or any male counterpart who is around us. So if we stop doing that and we focus on our physical and mental toughness, I think we get that confidence and courage to do whatever we want to do. So first of all, I would say tell the girls to stop giving excuses to yourself, no matter what. It is but obvious that male and female bodies separate, differently made by nature, and obviously the physical strength is different by nature. So nobody is, judging you by doing tug of war, how much strength you have, or physical strength you have. It everything is mental. It's actually cognitive strength. So whatever you show, if you're tough mentally, if you are able to take the challenge with your proper mindset, you can conquer anything. So that's what girls, I have been training now a lot of youngsters with my through my academy, through my Pathshala, Fojiki Pathshala and Valor Academy, and I see a lot of young girls, and then they say I have this ache, I have that ache, and I have this puja, and I have all these kind of reasons. So unfortunately, with these reasons, we are only putting ourselves behind. So if I tell, I mean, I constantly tell them that nothing doing, you are a human and you're a citizen of this country. You can take any challenge, and you can be tough as whomever you want to be like. So girls have equal strength, because the strength is ultimately your mental strength. Because once you're mentally fit, you can do physically any tough job. You can take any challenge physically. So that's what I keep telling. And definitely, this has been proven by a lot of women around, not only in armed forces, but in various professions also. So mental toughness is the only key to success, is what I would say. And second thing, what you asked for is uh, failure is a part of any profession. Yeah, I would tell my personal story. When I had decided that I want to join army and I went for the interview, I got through, I cleared the interview, but due to the merit, there were there were very less vacancies. So I couldn't clear into that bracket, and I couldn't go for the training in the first go. And my dream was crashed. I didn't know what to do. It was the first major failure I faced in my life, that I'm not able to join forces in my first attempt. So I was clueless and I was very devastated at that time. But I soon realized that this is just the beginning of facing the tough times, and failures are going to come, challenges are going to come. So I still kept trying. Like I said, determination led me ahead, and I still kept trying, because all this could happen because of my parents and my well-wishers support. I wouldn't deny that. And I could again appear for the interview, and then I could again get through the interview, and got through, and then went for the academy. So failure is also part and parcel. So be ready to face the failures with courage. Be ready to accept the failures, and you don't have to hide yourself from anybody just because you fail in something or you lack in something. Because army has also taught me that if you're not good in one particular thing, you will for sure be good in something else. So find that something else by yourself. Nobody is going to give you in plate readily to you in front of you. So find that by yourself. Have that passion to find something in you. Your strength, your willpower will definitely take you to what you like and what you love to do. So it's not only for girls but as well as boys. I would say the entire youth, that the strength lies within you. So whatever challenge you want to take, you can definitely take.
So, as you rightly said, I mean, failures are going to be a part and parcel of all what we do. But, what do you learn from those failures, and how do you move, taking lessons from that failure and moving ahead is what this process is all about. So,
Right.
yeah, so that's a very nice thing, you know. And then what happens is, but sometimes that these kind of failures, or sometimes because we all don't come into the same emotional bracket, all humans don't come into a same
Right.
kind of a emotional bracket. Sometimes dealing with this failure also is a challenge. And what I personally feel is then the parental role, oh, she is a girl, so if she gets into such a big challenging career, then what what about her life, and especially a typical Indian parent, whatever the community he or she belongs to. I mean, a girl child, then okay, she is allowed to do whatever she wants to do, but a secure career where it
Correct.
can be nowadays a 9 to 9 career, not like a 9 to 5 career. But if she does that, then she can have a family life, then her life moves to the next stage. So all is so planned for a girl in India today. So what would be your
Right.
advice to these kind of parents when their girl comes and tells them suddenly, that okay, mom and dad, I want to get into army, and I'm going to serve the country. So what I can imagine the reaction of some parents when first time the daughter comes and says this. But unless the parents are from the same background, but if they are not,
Right.
so somebody is completely off this kind of a background, and the daughter comes and says this. So how do you want the parents to feel secure about this whole profession? How do you want the parents to look at it apart from the patriotism part of it?
Right. Right. A very good question, and this is very, very important part and procedure of choosing any career. I always say that a courageous child is made by courageous parents, and it's actually vice versa too. Because if the child is courageous, parents they are making the parents also courageous. So this happens only and only when parents are trusting the child. And it's not only girl or boy, any child, it can be anybody. Even today, I would say if some boys are telling that I want to join armed forces, the parents will back out. They say, no, 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 एक ही बच्चा है मेरा, तू नहीं जाएगा फौज. I have seen that. So it's not only girls, but even male child are not that much appreciated in some families. But if you trust your child to choose the profession that the child likes or loves to do, the child is going to make wonders in that profession. So I want to tell the parents that trust is the only thing which is going to make your child successful. Because parents' trust makes the child's path easier to face any challenges. Because there are going to be tough times, there are going to be failures, there are going to be some, downfalls. But if they know that, okay, I have my parents who are trusting me, who are trusting my instinct, and who are giving me my time to settle and to do something what I want to do, they are ready to conquer and face the challenges and tough times. So if the parents are there silently, not constantly giving advice, because today's children they don't like to take advice at all. So even if once you enter in teenage also, so even if some parents are giving advice, the child immediately becomes rebellion. So I would say that parents always talk about their experiences and all, which is right, which is important. But that urge of children following that experience, following their footstep, may not be advisable because world is constantly changing. Kids are getting more and more exposure about everything, and in fact, I would say more and more children are, willing to join forces because so I'm sure many parents are facing this question right from childhood that Mama, I want to join army, Mama, I want to join Air Force or Navy, and then now since the parents earlier there should be one parent in 100, parents that are mera bacha for join karna chahta. है. But I'm sure now there will be like at least 5 to 6 parents saying that, अरे मेरा भी बच्चा join करना चाहता है, मेरा भी बच्चा join करना चाहता है. So that strength is getting to parents also that okay, it's not only my child, but a lot of other kids are also interested in the same profession. So the parents also get that confidence कि it's not only मेरा ही बच्चा है जिसको अलग करना है. Now I don't think armed forces has become really very different or very unique profession because if you go to see there are a lot of people from all over country, lot of youngsters they're joining forces and there are a lot of competition. If you go to see the written examination center only lakhs of people, lakhs of students come and sit for the examination. So then they realize that I'm not unique. I'm just like any other guy, and I have to be competitive enough to crack this interview. So then immediately you come on the ground only straight away, because uh, in home you're the only person who wants to join forces. But when you go for the examination, you understand that there are a lot of people who are like me, like-minded, and they also want to join forces. So you automatically get to know that you're not doing anything special. You're just like any other children. So parents are also getting to know that. I'm talking as far as the forces profession is concerned. But yes, parents, I would really say that trust your child, believe in them, even if they do something wrong, just be there to support them. They will correct it themselves and they will move ahead. There will be failures, there will be, a lot of tough times in children's life, but don't be the person who is constantly covering up their failures. Don't be the person who is constantly giving them hands once they fail. Let them understand and learn to stand on their own. They will love it only by knowing that, okay, my parents are there around me, even if today they're not giving me hand, they're not giving me any help, but yes, they are there for me, with me, no matter what. And the child will automatically stand by him or herself. So that courage is developed right from childhood. And I would say, even today's parents, I would say, like, if the moment child goes in ninth and 10th class and 12th class, immediately all other extracurricular activities are stopped, and the parents only tend to focus on studies. So, you know, to become a leader now, any profession, they need a leader. They don't need somebody who's got only 99% in academics. They want a person who's all rounder. They want a person who's got life skills. They want a person who's got leadership skills. So to become a leader, you need to join, right from school age, different extracurricular activities. You need to play different team sports. So parents, I would say that please encourage kids to do that constantly, even if they are in their ninth class, 10th class, or 11th, 12th, whatever you think, marks are important, but these extracurricular activities are also important. So please support them if they want to continue their sports or their extracurricular activities. That will definitely boost up their confidence, and also that will affect positively in their studies also, because they'll be able to concentrate more, because their mind is fresh after playing a football match or after playing some volleyball game or whatever as recreation. So a lot of things are involved in developing a personality, but I would say major is parents' role, because once the support of parents, indirect support of parent is there always, the child can do whatever they want to do and they'll achieve success for sure.
So I'm sure that what Captain said was that the trust factor is firstly very important. There has to be a trust which has to be established by the parents whenever a child comes up with such kind of career options. And then the last part, which actually is something to be really, really emphasized in this world of social media, where today children are seen very less outside for outside activities. So promoting those kind of things from childhood is the most essential factor, is what Captain was trying to say. And yes, leadership qualities always come through these kind of activities, these kind of sportsmanship, because there are so many things you learn naturally when you do a teamwork. So, Captain, thank you very much to highlight so much on the professional aspects, and we would just like to know, in short, that now you're an entrepreneur. So, being
Right.
an entrepreneur, are you doing something very similar to what your career offered you for so many years? And what is it that you are doing as an entrepreneur?
Oh, well, my becoming entrepreneur is totally dedicated to my forge career, right? Because I became an officer, because I could have the experience of becoming a soldier, I could have that courage to start my own entrepreneurship. And yes, it is similar to whatever I did in Forge. So my name of my company venture is Forgiki Pathshala, where we conduct the leadership and adventure camps for the young kids. And this is what I want to inculcate in the young youth, that right from childhood, the skills like decision making, skills like taking responsibility, being a good team player, being readily ready for the challenges. So all these things they learn in the camp through various fun activities. So is my constant, you can say that efforts to bring those qualities out of those children, and they are hidden qualities because they need to, do in a indirect way to let them know that you have these qualities. So kids enjoy that, and my efforts are also for the kids who want to join forces and who want to wear the uniform and make themselves proud, make their society proud, make the country proud of themselves. So we also have the military academy. It's called Valor Military Academy, and it's like a 3 years course where the cadets get the uniform. So we have seen the immediate attitude shift once they wear the uniform, and the way they stand, the way they talk, way they walk, and the way they salute. Everything immediately changes. Their behavior changes. The way they start respecting each other, that also matters. So our efforts are bringing out wonderful citizens of this country for the country, and that's how we are doing through this profession.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. I mean, here why I wanted you to highlight that was also that once a soldier, always a soldier, and
Yes,
you can't come out of that role somehow. And so the next step which you have taken to build up this youngsters, or motivating these youngsters through Fauji Ki Pathshala, is really a exciting which you are doing. And at the same time it also has that seriousness of developing these kind of new people for the country. So I'm so
right,
thankful that that you're doing this kind of a entrepreneurship, and you have really leveraged what you have been learning for so many years in the army. So it was great talking to you, Captain, and wishing you and your family very, very happy Navratri. So I hope the viewers will also enjoy, and if they have any questions, they will put up in the chat, okay, when they see the video. So thank you very much for giving us this time, and have a good day.
thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.